5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Thank you, Bill, for that wonderful introduction. We are the Donkey Show podcast. Does my headphone sound? Does my microphone
Your headphones sound
Your
really
headphones
Can you-
are off today, sir.
Can you
By
close?
the way,
turn
Wes,
that? Okay,
I will
that's way
say,
better.
This tahini with this Pacifico inside of it is delicious.
Brian,
Yeah, I'll try with that.
Espejo's putting his arm on my side of the
Okay,
couch.
Espejo, you leave your fucking arm on your side of the couch.
Yes.
This is my
Okay.
Trump wall, okay? You son of a
Wow.
bitch. You stay off of it.
We are the Donkey Show
Touche, senor.
podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. My name is Brian Ruiz, a.k.a.
Oh, Jesus
wow.
Christ.
Wow.
Oh, man.
a.k.a. Aqua
dear
Tahini.
Aqua Tahini. Wow.
Oh,
just
that
grab
actually-
the-
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
I'll
Don't
drink
ask.
to that.
To the right of me is Christian Espejo, a.k.a.
The Croatian wagon. Yeah,
Because
strong.
you're jumping on the bandwagon of Croatia.
The
Yeah,
because
Croatia
they
Croatia
wagon.
just won the soccer ball.
Wow.
Soccer ball thing that's going
You
on.
sir.
Yeah. All right.
You, sir.
Whoa.
To the right of Christian Espejo is Wesley P. Seymour, a.k.a.
AKA the handyman.
Oh,
I like
Man.
that.
For two reasons, because I got a giant hand, but also because I just mounted my I just mounted a flat screen in my living room. You know, like all by
Oh,
myself.
you don't have that thing
Hey.
under it anymore?
No, I'm ditching that thing.
Hey, did you
Now it's
look
just
at a
on the wall.
YouTube like
You
thing
could-
before you did that?
Dude, nothing. I just pulled out my
Seriously?
little
You
tool
just
bag.
went-
Literally, it's just a little tool bag. It's like this big. I fucking did it all myself. It's slightly crooked, but still, like I put it
Yeah,
up there.
that's
It's like
good.
just a little bit
You
off.
should say someone
but it's
else did
still-
it.
That's an accomplishment. itself.
Dude, I felt pretty
Yeah.
accomplished afterwards.
I bet you're always going to notice that little bit, that tiny little
Oh, dude,
crooked
it's
spot.
already eating me right now.
Yeah.
I'm like Stipe, like every day. Every day I
Yeah.
think about it for the rest of my life.
Speaking of Stipe,
Oh,
how about that Stipe Miocic? How about that Croatian?
dude, how about that guy?
I know.
How about you know what, man?
What's he do now?
You win some.
Oh, for those of you that don't know, we're talking about UFC 226, where DC just absolutely annihilates Stipe Miocic.
Smashed
he did
him.
do that.
He smashed
That is
him.
First
true.
round
Yes,
knockout.
100%.
Yeah, he
and-
did that.
and it was amazing.
That was pretty amazing.
Where does Stipe go from here?
He goes
What's his
to
words?
Cleveland. He's gonna fly black.
It's
He's gonna
racist.
fly black to
I knew it.
Cleveland.
Wow.
And he's gonna hang out with his wife, and he's gonna have a baby.
He kept saying
that. Yeah, and
He's gonna go back to
collect
fighting
that-
fires.
He's gonna collect that $790,000 check that he got for.
Okay, but who does
stepping
who
in.
does he fight now?
Dude, he will fight. I would say he would fight.
Got that commercial.
He might be maybe Derek Lewis. Have they ever fought?
Derek Lewis.
No, but who
no.
wants to see that?
Everybody,
Yeah.
like I will tell you one
Really?
thing for sure.
Well, after this Derek Lewis
we're diving.
performance-
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. We're diving deep into this already. But I'll tell you one thing for sure. Derek Lewis and at least Derek Lewis for sure is going to go out of his way to make up for that shitty ass fight.
I think Ngannou should as
Dude,
well.
I hope that Ngannou does. I hope so.
Both
but for
of them
sure,
owe
Derek
us an
Lewis will.
apology.
Well, Ngannou already
He did?
addressed one. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Okay,
he did.
I'll take down my post
Yeah,
about
dude.
that I made of him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, sorry, Ngannou.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
real
But
sorry.
either way, yeah, dude, I
Oh,
actually
he's
can't
calling. He's
wait
calling.
to see Derek Lewis's next fight. I think he's gonna be like, God damn it! He probably got a scolding by the boss. The boss was definitely not happy with.
I don't
that.
think he's
Whoa.
any. I don't think he's any different.
Oh shit!
I think
huh?
I think something went on in Derek Lewis's head when he decided to retire that one time,
Yeah,
and I don't think he's ever came back.
fair assessment.
I don't think he's ever. Since then, we haven't seen nothing too crazy from Derek Lewis.
As long as he keeps his Instagram page.
As
Oh,
long as he
his
keeps his
Instagram.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Live,
Instagram
I'm
page
fine
is
with it.
keep
great.
that Instagram
Yeah.
Instagram page cracking at Beast MMA or
The Beast
UFC.
Beast
The
UFC.
Beast UFC.
Oh man, it's
Yeah,
such a good
so
page.
It is just cheers.
DC double champ, double
Double champ.
Double dipping.
double champ. He's a better double champ than Connor.
So
Yes, because he's still fighting.
we.
Well, no, I mean for a
we
couple
asked
of
the
different reasons.
We asked the question
Well, that
last episode. If DC is able to finish Stipe,
And now we're here.
and not just like he didn't just finish Stipe, he knocked
He beat
that
the shit out of him.
motherfucker out in the first round.
Yeah,
So
that was
who
pretty.
is he now? Who is he now? What
he's
is
the greatest.
he now?
He's the greatest MMA fighter that's ever graced the octagon.
You believe that?
I
That is
100%
for sure.
wholeheartedly believe that Daniel Cormier is the best fighter in
So
UFC
GOAT.
right now.
Woo!
He's the GOAT. I don't
GOAT,
see
yeah.
I don't see anybody else who would. I see people who compare to it, and I guess people would argue the John Jones thing, but there's a million reasons why John Jones isn't necessarily the GOAT right now, and one of them has to do with PEDs.
Well, the other one is that simply he's not in the UFC right now. He's not active in the UFC. So
I know, but there's going to be so much freaking John Jones dick riders that are going to sit there and say, well, when he is fighting, he's going to go and starch everybody. Well, when he is fighting without PEDs, because I was one of the first people that were like, no, why would John Jones need PEDs? Look at him. He's a physical specimen. He's long arms, long legs, great fight IQ, all that good stuff. Why would John Jones need steroids? And the answer is because. That's all.
right.
Just because. Because there's a couple of different reasons. There's a couple of different things that I've noticed. One of them being his brother Arthur got caught for PEDs the same month he got caught for PEDs and the same type of PEDs.
Really?
Coincidence? I don't think so. And
Probably
I don't know
not,
why when
because they don't
people-
really test in the NFL, do they?
I don't know.
think they
I
do.
think they do. That's why he got busted. But John Jones, no one ever brought that up. No one's like, well, Arthur Jones, his brother, got busted for the same shit, and he did. I don't see anybody talking about that. I mean, if I was a detective, I would sit there and I'd
No,
say, well,
you-
wait a minute.
Detective
No.
Breeze.
What's his family?
You got it all
Detective
wrong,
Breeze
Brian.
on the case.
He went to his brother's house and he had cereal in the morning.
They
Little
both-
did he know
They both
there
had the
was
same
PED.
dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was cocaine and there was
In the
PED
cereal.
in the cocaine.
Dude, you know what two acronyms I am so tired of hearing? Like two.
Cloud over DC's head.
No, acronym.
I don't know what
two
an
sta-
acronym is.
It's like
A,
so
like
GOAT,
Ohio?
right?
Yeah.
GOAT is greatest of all time.
Oh,
I'm so
okay,
tired
okay.
of hearing the fucking word GOAT at this point, and I'm so tired
Because
of
they
hearing
use it around here.
performance enhancing drugs, PEDs. I'm numb. I'm numb to GOAT, and I'm numb to PEDs.
Yeah.
I'm just numb to it.
You know
Guess
why?
what? Here's why. Because there will never be a ultimate GOAT. No one is ever going to be like, he is the greatest of all times is one person, right? It's one human being, like one something, whatever. It's like saying, I think Ferrari is the best car in the whole world. No, Lamborghini is the best car in the whole world. Like, they're both awesome, right? They're both fucking awesome, and no one's ever going to agree. I agree that Daniel Cormier is easily the most decorated, the most accomplished fighter to ever step into a cage. Not just UFC, not just Strikeforce, Pride, whatever. Dude, he's blown them all out of the water. There's still a couple guys up there that I think are probably better fighters. Anderson Silva, John Jones, still in my mind are like the best fucking fighters to walk in that cage and just perform amazingly, you know? But nobody can touch what DC just did.
No.
No one.
No.
I agree. Like, I think GOAT is at this
That
point
is-
kind of silly.
That is used
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
but I think people always want, and this is what makes the big bucks. People want there to be just one,
Hell yeah.
just
Yeah,
one.
I think
goat.
Hell
there's-
yeah.
You have the biggest point right now.
Yeah.
Everyone pushes for who they believe, and then it
Well,
just
I'll-
it's just
Because you can talk about it forever.
Well,
Yeah.
also, I think there's
Talk about it forever.
different types of era of GOATs. Like Anderson
Thank
Silva.
you.
Not
That's
in the
exactly
same
what
era
it is.
as, not in
Right,
the same
what?
period.
Oh,
It's
of
like trying to name the
DC.
best quarterback in the world. Like, no
Exactly.
one is ever going to agree.
Like, so
there's
People are
no
always
people
going to say
can
Mike
admit-
Tyson was the greatest boxer.
Thank
No,
you.
Ali.
Muhammad
Ali,
Ali, yeah.
This has been needed to be addressed on any podcast form.
Ever. Yeah.
And I
Totally.
think
Never
that-
been addressed.
I think that I think that we want to have a
Thank
goat
you.
so bad, and we do, and it's DC, but
And I love that. Like, I love that, and I hate it.
Hey, no,
you
I'm
know?
all down for that.
but we
Because
we
there's
do-
no
we
one is
do- we
ever
need
going
that.
to collective, like, even if there was a vote,
No one's
and
ever
it was
gonna
like
know.
it was
This
like
is what I say,
2
the
million
bias-
people say that Lamborghinis are the best, and
Well, those people are wrong.
1,999,999, and
They're
it said
wrong.
Ferrari. That doesn't make.
But this is the
Lamborghini.
bias.
9/11
This is the
turbo,
bias that
figure it out.
happens. It's just who you like more.
Yeah.
People like
Yeah,
John
it
Jones
is.
more.
And
it's
So here's my
perspective.
point about the John Jones thing. If you were
sorry,
one of the
that guy's
people that
nuts.
are saying that the cloud over DC or the John Jones clout over DC is still there after he starches a person in another division without PEDs, you are a hating ass motherfucker.
Dude, not just a person, the
champ.
champion.
Dude, the champ,
Yeah.
and not just the champ, the greatest
champ. So
Yep.
I mean, if
Stipe
you're
was
if you
the
can still
greatest
sit there,
heavyweight champ in UFC history.
You're the people who are saying that there's that Black Cloud is a John Jones fan.
Okay, first off, that's racist.
I'm sorry.
Second,
I just meant
unfortunately,
cloud. I meant African American cloud. I'm sorry.
But I mean,
Whoa.
unfortunately, it's like even with the PEDs looming over, like John Jones has beaten Daniel Cormier at 205 2 times. That's just a fact. It's something that's happened. So, and whether he got popped once for steroids or the
He got
time
popped
before,
twice. He got popped twice.
Not in
Alright,
the
twice.
leading up to these fights, though.
John Jones got popped for the DC fight that went right after that fight happened.
And the problem is like everybody, like who hasn't been popped for steroids? Here,
Who hasn't been popped for steroids post USADA?
DC.
and
So those are the
GSP.
people. Those are the people that were. But I'm
And some
saying,
other guys that
but
we're not
look,
talking
think
about right
it.
now because-
DC has
They
been
test your ass
picking
before
up.
you walk
He's
in,
been
though.
picking up literal fucking lab tests. Motherfuckers
Dude,
have
I
been
agree
grown
with
in a
you.
lab
I'm not
and
disagreeing with
dropping
you.
them on
Yeah.
their head, bro.
I'm not disagreeing.
John
So for
Jones.
for the listener,
John
'cause you
Jones has been on PEDs. As far as I'm concerned,
do you know,
as far as
do you
I'm
believe
concerned,
that?
you know what? This is the Santa Claus. I'm gonna bust a nut right now. This is a Santa Claus theory.
Bro, okay, you can aim it at me, but just don't like keep it.
Sorry,
Don't keep it on the
Okay.
face.
Go across,
This is-
please.
this is
just go directly
This is a
across.
Santa Claus thing because I was on the same boat as you. I'm like, do I really think John Jones has been on steroids his whole career? The answer is I truly don't know. But maybe, possibly,
that guy
he's
jumps around the octagon
Do you?
like
I mean, do you
Spider-Man.
feel that like who's your favorite fighter?
Anderson Silva.
Okay.
And yes.
Do you-
And then he's
I
popped.
know.
so there
dude,
you
I
go,
know.
and that's why I agree with you too. You
people's
know,
legs
we
don't pop
agree.
like that when you're
Anderson
on
Silva,
steroids.
Anderson Silva is my favorite fighter, and do I think he's been on steroids his whole career? Yeah, probably.
maybe.
dude.
Yeah.
Probably.
So-
I think it's us being naive to these things.
Yeah,
dude.
it's
Alright,
a
I
little
need to
bit of
pull
it is
some
being
stats.
naive.
I gotta
Here's the
pull
other.
some stats.
A little bit is being naive, but at this point for me, it's also a lot of it about the Lance Armstrong effect, right? So like we can all be like, all right, he's a dick. He's like Armstrong's a dick, and he was clearly doing steroids the whole time. But at the same time, when they went back to give that medal to the guy right below
Couldn't
Lance
respect
Armstrong,
him. Couldn't respect him.
No, they couldn't. Like, you had to go like 20 people down. It was like, oh, the second
Oh,
guy,
I see
Everyone
what you
was
mean.
on.
Okay, I see what
Everyone
you
was
mean. I see what you mean.
20 people
Dude, I'm
down.
about
They
to
were
get
all
you-
on
I'm about to
steroids.
get you a list
You know what I'm
of
saying?
motherfuckers.
So yeah, like maybe Anderson Silva was maybe juicing a little bit during his time, and maybe even John Jones. But
Post
I'm
USADA.
pretty sure most of those guys were too.
I do too, but this is why I'm trying to ride the DC cock right
Well,
now.
now.
All right, dude, ride that cock.
I know,
Ride that
get
cock,
on
dude.
there, ride it.
Yeah.
Because DC was someone who's never been popped, who's a clean fighter
No.
as far as we know,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been just starching people who's constantly popped dirty, especially heavyweights.
Mm-hmm.
Heavyweights, those are the ones that are popping it the most,
big
as far as
guys.
I know. They keep getting hit. I mean, maybe not Mark Hunt, but.
Maybe not Stipe.
Maybe not Stipe either, but he's in. But this is what's
Maybe
so
not
dope
Brock
about DC.
Lesnar, right?
This is what's so dope about DC because maybe not Stipe, probably not Stipe. He seems like a clean fighter, but DC beat his ass in the first round, heavyweight. DC, because he's so big. I'm gonna hop off the PEDs for a second, but because
You got this. Keep going.
Go.
Just say pedophile, all right?
because DC is such a big guy and he's such a decorated fighter. He can do things like beat the dog shit out of the number one contender not on steroids on
Okay, yeah,
heavyweight and
and
still
I-
whoop
dude,
that
Dude, I
ass.
think
Exactly what
DC's
you just
untouchable
said
at this
came
point.
up on what I just read.
What?
So, but this has to do with John Jones.
I just jumped off the John
I
Jones
know, but
PED.
it's the same kind of
Okay,
scenario.
go
The
ahead.
PEDs, so they're not using technically steroids. They're using blockers, such as estrogen blockers,
Yeah.
things that come in your meal that you can't, that
Come
come
in
in
your meal.
and don't let you get bitched out.
No, I mean, that's just that. The estrogen blockers is just one
That's
of
just
the.
one of them.
It's almost like catching a heroin addict with the needle.
Yeah,
True,
dude. Like,
that's-
yeah.
I
Very
think
good analogy.
That's
Yeah.
the walk
Very good
into
analogy.
taking
Yeah.
steroids.
So
You're
here's
right.
all
You're
right.
right.
So, dude, I'm gonna throw some nasty ass bro science out there right now.
I love bro science.
Yeah, me fucking too, because it's the only science I'm good at. So if I was Scott Coker, right? If I was the guy, if I was the CEO, president of Bellator MMA, I would be like, all right, listen up, everyone.
Yoel Romero, geez.
So check this out. We're gonna test, but if you got a doctor's note, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can, like, hey, you got a doctor's note for TRT? Come on in, it's legal. You can get some shit at GNC that maybe USADA isn't super like happy about, but it's legal. You don't go to jail for it. You didn't buy it on Mexico and sneak it across the border. You can, if you can take something that may enhance your performance. Come on over here, and we'll just and so
I like that.
Two things will happen, right?
That might be
Two
what's
things will
going on right
happen.
now.
Number one,
called
the UFC will be like, no, we're not all about that, Scott Coker. Get your ass out of here. And so the DCs and the GSPs will fight, and it'll be fucking rad. But then I'll flip over to freaking Bellator
and watch
just
Mark
see the
McGuire
magic
hit it out of the
happen.
fucking
park.
Yeah. And that is still a level playing field.
Yeah.
So you got a level playing field. You can, like, if you're not breaking the
just
law,
gas it as hard as you can.
dude. Yeah. Hey, if it's legal,
no
you
gas
get a
at
doctor's
all,
note for it. You go to fucking GNC. It's you can buy it,
Right.
and it can enhance your performance. God damn, let me watch two
Reading
guys
here,
whose
I'll say that.
performances are
I wanna
enhanced.
see-
People are
dude,
fighting the
I
cage.
want to
needs
see
that.
a one-punch head knockoff. I want to see him
Like a head
punch,
decapitation?
just
That's
punch
what I'm
his
talking
head
about.
off.
But I'm- but how-
and that could
A lot
happen
of
in
these people are
Bellator.
eating
If there's a
It
place,
could.
it could happen in Bellator.
It could, and it's not like a dirtbag thing. Like I'm making it almost sound like a dirtbag thing, but it's not. Like if
Right.
he goes,
Just go
"Look,
all the way to
it's
the
legal.
border."
You want to take some stuff that's legal, and it's gonna help
You're
you
describing
be
UFC
a badass.
USADA.
except that after the fight's over, the UFC goes, oh, look at that, your test, oh, Mr. Brock Lesnar, shame on you, you blah, blah, blah. And then everybody's like, ah, fuck. So instead of that, John Jones isn't suspended. He's still the champion because he had some turn
That's
of
what
all.
happened, correct?
Yeah, he got
That's
suspended.
factual
after.
shit right now.
Well, that's what they do.
Yeah,
it
so
in the
that wouldn't
UFC.
have, like, in my Bellator
Analogy.
In fact- Fantasy.
analogy, yeah, and that fantasy,
And your
exactly, and that
Bellator
Bellator
fantasy.
fantasy, John Jones would still just be doing all this amazing shit.
But
He'd
here
still
I'm
be,
reading, Overeem got when he was
maybe.
doing the horse meat shit. They took all of his credits for the horse meeting.
Yeah.
Overeem.
His ducats.
Yeah, like there was no
he was eating
secret about
horse
Overeem.
meat.
Overeem used to look
No,
like
Overeem,
Anderson
yeah.
Silva.
Yeah. Overeem
and now
was-
he just like.
And then woke up one day and then he looked like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And that was okay because he was fighting in a place where that was okay.
Yeah, totally cool.
And then
Okay, I wanted to make sure.
His name was actually Ubereem.
Uber.
Uber.
Yeah, I think that's a
Ubereem.
Rogan thing, but
That's
yeah,
a
it was
Rogan thing.
Uber.
His name was Ubereem.
I'm not mad at an organization if it's out there and you
No,
can
me
do
neither.
it. That just says, hey,
Japan.
look,
All the Japan fighting that's going on over there.
They may, yeah.
They're like, listen, in order to fight here, you need to be on steroids.
yeah, totally. That was the old
You know
Pride
what?
days.
I feel that way about baseball, though. I feel that
that's
if
how baseball
right
has
now-
since
Hit 'em
the
out.
birth
you
of
want baseball,
steroids.
if you wanna be interested
Yeah.
and not just go to the park and just get.
I feel
drunk,
like baseball's a little bit different though because you're not actually hitting people. You're
Well,
just
that's
no,
what
you're
I'm
just
saying. Well, that's what I'm
contact-
saying. So I now
just
feel that way
let 'em
about
all-
every sport. I used to feel
Really?
that way about every sport but fighting because it's like, well, in this case, two guys in a cage and you're taking some shit
Well,
that could
both
make you
guys should be in
maybe
there.
take a few
It's
more
a
punches than you
physical
should.
competition of violence, though.
Yes, yeah. So I was always like, you know what? They shouldn't be taking that,
that was
shit.
Mark.
But at
Hunt,
this
that was
point,
Mark Hunt's point.
and
He's
I
like,
get
dude,
that.
you can kill me.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah.
They
so
should let 'em
Mark
both
Hunt should
get
fight
on
in the
that
UFC, and Brock Lesnar should fight in
So,
Bellator,
within
and
a
then
few
we
years,
would
we're
have
gonna
two badass
fighting to
fights.
the death.
No, I don't know.
No.
All right, you took it too far.
Too far, Zol.
So,
Who's gonna
stop.
be the first fight to the death?
I don't know. It's not gonna happen in the octagon.
Maybe
though.
a lion versus a bear or some
yeah.
shit.
Oh, I
But
want to see
honestly-
some
Or
shit.
what
So
about
if,
I wanna
if
see
they're all
animals
doing it
fighting.
anyway, they're all
versus a
doing it
bear.
anyway.
I want to see animals fighting.
Hey, you know, like, and so
great.
back to the Lance Armstrong thing. So, how many Tour de France's have you been watching lately? Have you heard about since Lance Armstrong? Like, so now there's all these testing. There aren't any records being broken anymore. There's not that one dude that's just kicking ass.
What was
like,
the
it's this
record
clean
before
sport.
it was steroids?
It was bad.
It was probably
Maybe they
pretty
need to
bad.
they need to
And
like
then-
retrack and be like, okay,
Yeah, all right. Well,
And
they
then
did.
there was
Actually.
This is
one
the dirty
dude
record.
take it
This is the
away.
clean record.
Well,
Yeah,
they did actually.
but
They
nobody
took
gives
all
a shit
his
about the clean
championships
record
away.
anymore. Yeah, he lost them
are
all.
the
Yeah, he lost
records
them
still
all.
holding?
No, they're not.
So where's the guy who was like right underneath?
There's
him?
a
No,
there's
where to
like
be
an
seen, that's my
ostrich.
point. That's my
Oh,
point. My
that's so
point
fucked
is,
up.
Someone was rocking it for like
Hey, can
15
you hand me that
nobody gives
water?
a shit anymore.
Dude, Lance Armstrong was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was saying, he's like, I have the victory fucking flags or the trophies at my house, but if I go on the internet and look at my record, there's nothing
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
No,
Like,
there's
it's
no
just-
asterisks. There's no nothing.
He has his
no
own
completely
podcast
gone.
now. Lance Armstrong has his own podcast
does?
now. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
shit.
He's like, look.
Who does he have on there?
Fine,
PED
I'm a
people?
dick. I got busted. You all know it. Now I'm going
Steroids?
to move on with my
Cheryl
life.
Crow left me.
Sheryl Crow left him?
She did. Yeah.
Long time ago. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Don't get caught.
Right
juicing.
after all that bullshit, because like the thing with Lance Armstrong wasn't that he was doing steroids, is that he was just taking everybody out who even accused him, and he was doing it the whole time.
And he was being cocky about it.
And cocky, yeah,
being
and
very arrogant.
using cancer. The whole thing was just, I'm a cancer survivor.
Right,
You're
right.
gonna accuse me,
That's so bad.
and then he got popped,
That's
like,
bad.
and then yeah.
Do you know
That's
the government
just-
is
that's
suing
all
him?
And so the guy that did all that is now running the UFC's drug doping program, and look at the
Nowinski?
goddamn mess.
Jeff Nowinski?
Yeah,
Jeff
look at the
Nowinski,
mess
yeah.
of the UFC's in.
You know
right
what?
now.
All
these
he's
guys
doing,
getting
all
popped.
he's doing,
Jesus.
and this is shit that you've heard a lot of clean fighters complain about, and you're like, you're just complaining. The Diaz brothers, GSP,
Josh Barnett
Josh-
just talked about it on the road.
But
like,
these. I'm Josh Barnett's dirty. I'm talking about the clean fighters who are
No,
complaining and
dude,
saying like, dude, we need to clean up this sport because I'm going in there fighting some guy who's clearly on fucking
so there
steroids,
should
dude.
be 2 promotions.
I agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that at
Hey,
all.
Scott
let me-
Coker, if you're out there, I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'm
let
just
me
a bro.
let me set
but-
a scenario for you guys and tell me what you think. I know the Max Holloway Brian Ortega fight didn't happen, but say it would have happened, and Brian Ortega would have beat Max Holloway. Now he holds the belt, right?
Ortega does.
Ortega does. Okay, so scenario that happens. Ortega's like, who do I fight next? Conor McGregor shows up and says, I'll fight you.
145 and won't happen.
Whatever
but
will
I-
draw him out. Fuck it.
Hey,
Well, so
no.
here's the thing, dude. If you
No,
want
go. What's yours?
So I know that 145 McGregor won't fight, but he did fight Aldo at that,
Yeah,
you
he
know.
did.
And say he just like, well, will be my re-entry
Ortega's a
into the UFC.
145er?
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I
Damn.
know.
not for much longer, I don't
keep
think.
forgetting
Or
that.
Max
He's
Holloway.
a big guy, dude.
Dude,
I don't think either. I think they're
thing
gonna meet
is
at
that they're
155.
yeah. I think their thing is that they're just young,
Yeah.
and they can keep
Yeah.
they can keep doing that. But man,
Not
they don't
much
have very much longer to be the
not a
they're
145.
not to be
weight like that.
fucking 5'11" at 145, dude.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
That's
very
tough.
really less.
Yeah, that's tough.
But you bring up a very good point, and that's Conor McGregor.
That's Conor McGregor.
So at this point, dude, like DC is looming over Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor has been the most decorated fighter in UFC. He was the very first fighter in the UFC to hold 2 belts.
I don't think
at
he's the most
same
decorated fighter in the UFC.
Well, okay, he was the most
One of
famous
them.
for doing that.
Okay.
So now DC has done it, but he like. And I think
But he
DC's
actually
probably
is
gonna
the
keep
most
defend the-
decorated.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna
keep
defend the
fighting.
belt. The
You know-
only thing that Conor McGregor can do right now, and I think he's gonna have to do it to be bigger than DC again, is to fight the champion at 170, because then he would have 3 belts
Yeah.
in 3 different weight
No.
classes, and he could do that.
I think that the reason that DC is more decorated than Conor McGregor is because Conor McGregor he didn't fight any who's who. He fought Eddie Alvarez,
Well, that's the crazy thing. Yeah, like McGregor was able to jump up a weight class and fight a
Yeah.
guy who just took the belt from somebody
Yeah.
else. DC jumped up a weight class and beat the greatest heavyweight fighter ever.
Yeah.
He defended his belt 3 times.
Yeah.
Clearly, DC.
But Jose
is-
Aldo, I'm not gonna. I think the Jose Aldo thing.
One of the
Jose
most
Aldo
amazing-
was just. I think Jose Aldo just got boogeyman.
I
I think he
agree
just
with
got.
you.
I think he got
looming
boogeyman,
over
and he's
him.
like,
Love
he
the
just got
boogeyman.
scared. He got in there,
Yeah.
and he was already afraid before the fight even started.
It was also a split second. Like they punched
Knockout,
each other
yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah,
They
Conor
punched each
just
other at the same
landed.
time he landed earlier. But having that said, dude, to get the belt in 13 seconds is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like
That's
he
gnarly.
he,
Against
he
Jose
put
Aldo.
himself in legend status just
by doing
just
that.
By doing that.
Just by doing that. Yeah,
Walked
13
in
seconds.
and put out Jose Aldo.
I
in
just want to
13
watch him.
seconds.
I just want to watch Conor McGregor do other things to see, so we could,
wanna
so we
see
can
him. I wanna
see
really,
him come
so
back.
we can really talk about if Conor McGregor is the greatest.
He
because
has to fight a
he has,
170.
he has
Get that belt
no,
at
no, no.
170.
He has to fight.
He needs to fight in
You know,
general. yeah.
Fair enough.
he
Like
came
Fair
up.
enough, my friend.
So he came up really. Conor
right
McGregor
now he's-
came up really quick,
Yeah.
and I don't think he fought anybody who was super like he fought Chad Mendez, but that was a kind of a step in last minute fight. He fought Max Holloway and he barely won that fight.
Just spoiled- like, it's
he
spoiled
fought
child
Nate
syndrome.
Diaz
Twice.
He fought Nate Diaz twice, lost one, won one. I mean, this isn't This
And
isn't
that was even
super-
questionable.
I mean, this isn't super crazy when we're like, damn, dude, he really went through the who's who. Not really.
No, he didn't. But he was able to accomplish some crazy things.
He,
and
you know what?
it spoiled
he
child
went
syndrome.
through. He went through the system properly, and it's spoiled.
I think he went through it improperly.
No, properly.
And-
No, properly on his
like
behalf.
on his part.
Oh,
Like,
like,
he's
he
like, oh, this
went
is
on that
proper.
He
Yeah.
found a hack to become a legend.
Exactly.
100%.
That's how I
He's
feel.
He's on
that's how I
UFC
feel
3,
about that.
dude. I just bought that game.
Dude, I'm telling like
Wait, what?
he
I
got-
just bought UFC 3.
Oh,
out
like
now?
the
Yeah.
button mashing game?
How is that?
It's the same as UFC 2.
My brother loves that game.
It's
so hard to
the
play,
same.
dude.
It's fun
Yeah, I
though.
think it's hard to
but you know
play.
the reason why
Remember
I brought
we got into that
I
for
know,
a
yeah.
second?
Well, I have the third one.
The
now.
third one? Maybe I
yeah.
should pick it
Yeah,
up.
get it, dude. We'll fucking fight.
Pick it up tonight.
Yeah.
Fight
well-
you guys gonna fight?
Well, the reason why I brought that Brian Ortega one because I was
Is
fighting.
Ashley in it?
Yeah, Ashley. I actually just fought Ashley.
Hey, can
Cajun in
Ashley
it?
fight?
Cajun's in it.
Can
Cajun's
Ashley
in
I
fight
don't know.
a guy?
Actually, no, but Ashley is in it, and I
Is
just
Sugar,
fought
is
Ashley.
Sugar Sean in it?
I don't know. I
So
haven't gone.
can
to
you
it.
be a guy and fight a girl in the game?
No, I was wholly home.
Oh, so you gotta be a girl.
Yeah, you got to be a girl. You can't. Or I haven't tried it. No, actually, it won't let you
won't
because
let
it's
you do
the
that.
actual
That's
division.
fair. I get
Yeah.
it,
But the reason why I brought the
companies
Brian
promoting
Ortega
that
thing is
shit.
because I picked Brian Ortega and the person that I was fighting picked Conor McGregor, and I was like, oh, this would be great to see.
That would
Like,
be a great
McGregor
fight.
Ortega?
You know what would
Ortega?
happen? McGregor, Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega wins by submission.
Yeah, probably.
probably.
And McGregor knows that, and he's like, why would I
Because
drop
because-
down to
yeah.
145, which is
That's
a
what I'm
nightmare
saying.
for me.
But Brian
to fight a guy
Ortega,
who's better
but
than
peep
I am.
this.
He
Brian
should go
Ortega,
up.
even if Brian Ortega loses to Max Holloway, he can go up and he can meet him at 155, and that'd be a cool fight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool
I
fights
think
that
they'll
happen
fight. I think
if
they'll
Conor
fight at
McGregor would
155.
just come back and fucking fight.
Dude,
There's
if
a
he
lot
stopped throwing shit at buses, he'd
I
be
know.
back
They're
already.
saying
No,
this.
Or if
I
he wasn't
understand.
boxing
Is he being
Floyd
penalized
Mayweather
for
for $100
this?
million.
Is there
No.
a reason why? Has he been penalized for that?
He's going through the
He's
shit.
going through the
It's
motions.
Yeah.
right
it's
now.
it's on the
It's not
down
gonna,
low.
dude.
It's
There's not
gonna-
gonna be anything that he's going to.
It's not gonna affect him
that's
negatively.
gonna affect
I
him
seen him in
fight.
court this
As
week.
soon as money can
He's
be
fine.
made in an
Last
amazing
week.
fashion, he will be
He's
fighting.
gonna get in
he's
there.
gonna
Yeah.
be fighting.
Well, he was in court last week.
That
No, he
doesn't
just
mean
had to
anything,
show it.
dude, yeah.
Yeah, that's not shit.
Just hang out with
Um,
Dana White, drinking mimosas.
Those are just
Right.
paychecks. Those are just checks he has to write.
I can't wait to see.
Motherfucker, dude,
There's
are
some
you
fights that I
kidding
want to
me?
see happen, and very little of them are at heavyweight. Like I don't want. I want to see this Max
I want
Holloway.
to see the
Brian
DJ
Ortega fight.
fucking the Mighty Mouse,
I wanna
fucking
see
TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah.
Nah,
I also
that's
we have
not happening,
one
dude.
coming
That's not
up.
gonna happen.
No,
Nah, they're
it's
not gonna do that.
it's
Staples.
TJ and
TJ.
It's the next one. TJ
and,
versus
yeah.
Cody
Another
Garbrandt.
rematch. I'm not mad at that either. I'd
No,
love to
that's
see
cool
that.
too.
Those
Yeah,
to see
guys
that.
can fight
yeah.
10 times and every
guys are
time
little scrappers,
it'll be
dude.
good.
They go all the fucking way.
yeah.
toss.
You know what? And they shouldn't hate each other because it is a coin toss.
Yeah.
Like I know they don't like each other, but it is a coin toss where you're
Yeah.
like, well, fuck, dude. I don't
That
know.
first fight, after that first fight, I was like, anybody could have won
Even
that
the
one.
second one, but
It
even
was only
like
one-
TJ won.
No, they've only fought once.
No, I thought they fought twice.
No, just once.
Oh, just once?
They only fought once. Yeah, they're
Oh,
about to
shit.
fight a second time.
Yeah.
It's coming up right
Yeah,
now.
it's the rematch.
Oh
That's
wait, the
fucking
first
awesome.
time
They
was
fought
in
in,
contender, the contender series.
No,
No,
they
it was
fought-
for
they
a
were
belt,
like,
dude.
No, they fought in practice once, and that's the whole
Oh,
beef.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
So like
yeah.
they have all this
Yeah,
beef
that-
because
They
they,
got
used to
all-
train together.
they got all
and
upset
like they
at
fought
each
in
other.
practice. They got all upset with each other.
Pussies.
Blah blah blah. I know.
I can't wait to
pussies.
see that fight. It's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be
Hey, you
great
know
fight.
what? Who I'd love to see? Megan Olivia in the ring. I'd love to see Megan Olivia interview me about my day, about my life.
Dude, did you
maybe
see
that.
No
that
one cares
Megan
about that.
Olivia Stipe
Yeah.
interview?
Yeah.
That was so
We're gonna
rough.
play it. I recorded
You have it?
Yeah,
You have
yeah, I
All
had
right,
to.
well, let's take a
Okay.
commercial
Take a
and then we'll
break.
come back. We'll come back and do that. Listen to this. I thought we said we're gonna cut
Yeah.
that commercial. Well, I thought we were gonna air that commercial
Come
anymore.
back to haunt us.
All right, that commercial's still there. Shout out Silva's.
Check
It's not
your
Silva's. We love Silva's. We just meant to do another one for them because that one is not very good. But still pay us. All right, on to the next thing. What did you say you wanted to say, Wesley Seymour?
I wanted to say that I love you both.
All right.
Oh, thank you so much, bro.
Dude, so we missed.
So nice.
Watch.
Oh,
Here's
yeah,
how I
wait.
come. Here, you want to hear how I come?
Yeah.
No,
All right,
no. You know how I come? You know?
So pico.
It's so big. It's so big.
all right.
You know how I come? You know how Bohemian Rhapsody, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia? That's exactly what I sing when I come.
You sing, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Let
All
it
right.
go, and then you
Go
let
ahead
it
and
go.
go and
Just let
wipe
it go.
yourself off. You gotta go, bitch.
Oh,
And
whoa.
then-
And there it just goes all
yeah,
over the place.
Yeah.
We went off on a tangent. We forgot all about Brock Lesnar's crazy ass walking into the cage and
With his
turning
fucking
everything
gator
into
boots. Did you guys
WWE.
see his gator
Yeah,
boots?
gator boots.
Oh, you guys haven't seen his gator boots?
No.
Oh, let
Damn,
me
he
show
came
you.
in full on Trump.
Oh, I remember what you're talking about now. Stipe. Oh, poor Stipe.
Stipe. Stipe.
Check it out.
Did you take a picture? What the fuck is he wearing?
I think I know what picture you're talking about,
he's
and I
wearing
thought it was
straight.
Photoshopped.
Dude,
That's not Photoshop? That is a real thing?
No,
Dude,
it's a real thing.
he's wearing
I thought that was a Photoshop
Dog,
picture.
We're gonna post this. Post this on our Instagram. We are gonna post this
Brock, no.
of Brock Lesnar wearing straight up gator boots, wearing the most awkward outfit.
It's just not. It doesn't go with the rest of the outfit.
No,
it's
he looks like
he's wearing like
dude,
an
and he's
undershirt
wearing an
and everything.
undershirt.
An undershirt with a dress shirt.
And then look
It's all fucked up.
at fly ass fucking.
Hey,
Luke
whose man's
Rocco.
is this? I know, in the
Look
back,
at fly ass
he's
Luke
in the
Rocco.
back.
I gotta say, like that outfit he was wearing.
Yeah, he's
No
looking
homo.
very Nautica.
Yeah, he's looking very Gucci.
Yeah.
But shout out Brock Lesnar, dude. Someone needs
With his
to
gator
dress
boots.
you. I don't know. Maybe they just can't find clothes in his size.
Yeah, I saw that picture. I was like, no, that's not real. I just
They
thought that
never
was a
panned-
Photoshop.
You know what? And they never panned
That's
down.
real?
He pushed someone in.
Dude,
boots.
yeah.
He's looking
Whoever was in
real
control of
dapper.
the camera did a really
Yeah,
smart
really
thing
good.
and just was like, oh, this
shit.
is terrible.
Don't
this is
get
not
this
gonna
fashion
make it.
faux pas.
Yeah, it's not gonna make it to the pay per
Brock,
view.
can you post that on the
Oh,
Instagram
Brock,
page?
you silly
Okay, yeah,
bitch.
Brock, you silly man. Speaking
whole-
of Brock, he went ahead and pushed Daniel Cormier, and Daniel Cormier. When I watched it, Daniel Cormier got pushed. He got pushed, and he just won.
Dude, he was
So he's smiling.
He's
If it was
laughing.
in slow mo, he got pushed, and he's just like Dreamweaver.
And then he just
believe-
fell.
and then he
he
just
got
fell.
money.
He got pushed a little
money.
bit though, dude.
He got pushed hard.
He
He
got
got
behind
pushed.
that, dude.
Yeah, he got pushed super hard.
That whole episode was just like, but
It was
they're
weird. He
smiling.
later on, yeah, he got. That's why people were saying it looked too WWE-ish. He was smiling because he was like, "Bro,
He had just won.
They've ran into each other in different wrestling matches back in the day. He's like, I've known Brock Lesnar for a long time. Brock Lesnar's taken pictures with my kids, with my wife. Like, I have no clue why he pushed me, but he's gonna take an ass whooping for that.
That's the weird thing. So that's par for the course in the WWE world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're constantly acting as if they hate each other.
Yeah.
And then they go and
Maybe
take pictures
Brock's
of their
just
kids.
he's just
So
too
Brock-
used to it.
And he
He's
writes his own
WWE,
ticket.
dude.
He
Yeah.
writes his own ticket in the UFC. He does
Yeah.
what the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
He decided to make it all campy. But it was fun.
So we're not going to
Yeah, it
see
was cool.
Brock. I think everyone was like, November 7th. Oh,
no,
shit, it's
he's
going
got to
down.
wait till January,
No, he has
and
to
that's
wait.
even if
Is
he
that in
stays
stone?
within the fucking
The testing.
The testing.
He just needs to stay off of like any
any fuck shit.
yeah, fuck shit. No more fuck shit, Brock. We
dude, what I've
don't
been
eat any
hearing-
Mexican meat just in case you're trying to get crazy. Don't go to Guadalajara and eat some fucking meat
So
because
I'm
you're gonna
hearing
get
like
popped too.
I'm sort of hearing the opposite. I'm hearing like Brock kind of can do what he wants. Like if
No,
he wants to,
not in
maybe
this
he
one.
wants to.
Not
Not
after
listen.
this, yeah.
You know what?
So
they
there is a
slipped
date,
that
and they
UFC
can't-
that UFC 200 debacle. They slipped that under us real quick. They're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Brock can fight." Before we can even get grasp, like, wait a minute, doesn't he
look
have
at
to
this
be
test. It was under all these
I
stack
know.
of
But before we can even grasp the concept of like, oh, Brock, doesn't he need to go through like 6 months of testing? Like, what the fuck? Are we just gonna let him go ahead and fight
No.
like that? They just gave it. Brock Lesnar's fighting, and we were like, fuck yeah, man, this is gonna be fucking great. And we didn't even question anything else. So then after the fight, people started saying like, oh, well, wait a minute, man, shouldn't he? And then of course
Mark
it came
Hunt.
back, fucking dirty test, and we haven't talked about it. He got suspended for a small amount of time. Wait,
And now
how long
he's
has he been
back.
suspended for?
He just kind of stepped
Well,
away.
it stopped because
so
he
I think
retired. Yeah,
so
so
then
it
when
stopped.
you retire and you
gonna
come
find
back,
some kind of
you need to
loophole,
do
dude.
6 months. No, they did that loophole for UFC 200, which is why they can't do it again.
They can't do it again?
Because he wasn't. He
They
was
used
supposed to
that
go.
one fucking
He was
hand
supposed.
trick.
He
They
wasn't
do it
even.
again, I won't be
Peep
mad.
this. They just. It's almost like that. Peep this.
Bellator.
They did.
Scott
They
Coker.
did this. They did this. Brock Lesnar's just sitting on his couch, and they're like, "Oh fuck, we need someone to fucking step in and save this UFC 200." Wesley Seymour, get over here. What? What the fuck? I just took heroin and I'm on steroids as well. It's
fine.
It's fine.
fine.
Just
Get
get
up
in
in
here.
there.
That's what they did with Brock because you could. They didn't test him. They didn't. He might as well been a guy off the couch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Brock Lesnar. He's a UFC champion, and we get it. But as far as testing is concerned, he might as well have been a guy that just came off the couch.
Yeah. He's a guy that's not even pretending to not be on steroids. He's like, I'm
No,
in the
he's like,
WWE,
dude,
like,
I
we all take
eat
steroids.
beef with steroids in my beef. I eat steroids with steroids. I have steroid sugar. You know how we take THC and we do all these different things with THC, like make butter and all that shit? He does all that shit with steroids.
steroids, yeah.
He's like, you never had bacon steroids?
And
Oh
it's
man,
cool,
it's fucking
nobody
delicious.
cares as long as he's like
No one
WWE.
cares because it's Brock Lesnar and he's so big and he's so massive.
That's
But
why he should go to
brings all that
so
money.
I think with all that said, I think
all
I
that
think
money.
DC still handles them. DC's smarter.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think DC's smarter than him. I think DC can take a weird punch. I think DC can give a weird punch. I mean, by weird, I mean like hard. He can take a hard punch and he can give a hard punch. And DC at heavyweight, knowing his muscle memory on knocking motherfuckers out at a lightweight, he's swinging on a lighter weight.
Dude, he was only there because his buddy
He's swinging
was
at a lighter weight. Now he's at a heavier weight, and he said he's like I'm able to carry my weight. I can still swing. I can still swing fast, but now it's harder because I weigh more. So he was saying all sorts of shit. Like, dude, I didn't because he was gonna cut. He's like, I don't even need a count. I don't even need to cut.
You know who hated cutting weight this
Hmm.
time around? Michael Chiesa. Dude, he said he's like, I am dying.
Michael Chiesa is not gonna go back to that weight.
No, I know he's gonna go up, but I don't think that's a smart move on his part.
Dude,
It has to be.
What else are you gonna
Has
do?
to
I
be.
know, but it's.
You know
He's
what?
gonna
I don't know
fucking
why.
rammed
I
through.
think everyone does all this to try to get that advantage on certain people, but I think everyone should probably try to fight within their natural weight limit, so we
Yeah,
can do
dude,
all
he's
this.
gonna fucking go.
With all this cutting.
And I don't think there's
weight
gonna be a lot of
bullshit.
Michael Chiesa.
No.
Michael
after
Chiesa
this.
is he's a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And you know what? So Showtime, Petus did. He beat a gatekeeper.
You refuse
this is
to call him by his
Yeah, penis.
You have to call him Penis.
because you know what? I think he's a cocky son of a bitch.
He is a cocky son of a bitch.
And I think when he was winning, it was working.
He was on a Wheaties box.
Yeah, he was on a
ran
Wheaties
up a
box.
cage
Yeah.
and kicked a dude in the
Yeah,
face.
did some amazing shit. I think that at this point, that didn't impress me for him to beat Michael Chiesa.
No, but I
so
wanted some
dumb.
money on that.
Did you? Well, good
Yeah,
for
I
you.
did. Yeah.
Who'd you win?
Oh.
Money? Me?
Pettis
Yeah,
got
you.
some money
Oh.
too. Pettis.
Yeah,
Pettis.
Oh, I have the. If you guys want to know how much they all made.
Oh, how much did everyone make?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Some
Let's go
money.
down.
Let's
go
find
down
out how
this
much
road.
money. I'm kind of curious myself. Let's
All
see
right.
how much money they made.
All right, so let's start from the top.
All right. All right.
Let's
How much DC make? DC made
DC,
a mil.
what do you guys think?
$1 million.
I'm gonna say. Oh fuck! Because Stipe was the champion and Cormier was the challenger. I'm gonna say he made less than Stipe. I'm guessing.
No, his name is.
What do
name
you
is
say,
enough.
Breeze?
Say he made a mil.
I
over
don't
a
think
million.
anybody. I don't think anybody got $1 million.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back.
I don't think there's $1 million paycheck.
I'll still
that
go
was
with $1 million.
A mil?
I would have
I
heard
don't
news
know,
about it. I
but
would
I
have heard news
would've
about
heard
it. I'm gonna say
$1 million.
800,000. I didn't hear news a
So
million.
Daniel Cormier made 500,000.
What?
Oh my god. Okay,
Fuck.
so I only know one
No
person. who
win
made-
bonus.
No,
Bless you, Jesus Christ.
the only person I know is
Bless
Stipe.
you.
I know that Stipe made something like 7,900.
He made
grand.
750,000.
7,900 grand.
750. Okay.
750.
I didn't know anybody else but
DC
him.
made 500 grand, huh?
But I didn't know DC made that little.
We don't get to see the
Plus,
pay-per-view points.
yeah, we don't
And
get
the
to see
check.
that.
Yeah.
Plus
Yeah.
that,
And that little-
night of the fight of the night,
What,
he made 50
grand?
G's. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou.
Derek Lewis at least made 100.
Yeah.
Had to be more than 100.
I
That
think
Instagram page is popping.
I'll say one. I'll go
You sound like the
150.
guy from Friday.
I'll say 150 for Derek.
How much you make?
Derek Lewis made 130 to show up and 130 because he won. So
Oh,
260,000.
sick. Hey, shout out.
Ngannou made 100,000.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Mike Perry, Inland Empire King Mike Perry.
No,
He's
Mike
from the
Carey's
IE.
not the IE.
He looks like he belongs in
All
the
right.
That's so dead on.
That was a local joke for anybody who not lives in
Yeah, the Inland Empire is Riverside, and Riverside is
Bro,
like
dude,
the
yeah, bro,
Kentucky
dude,
of
yeah.
California. If that makes any sense. How much did Mike Perry make?
I want to guess.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Mike Perry had to make about fucking 70 grand.
Oh, I
maybe
wanna say-
60. 60
wanna
to
say-
show, 60 to win.
I want to say 40 to show,
You're probably
40
right.
to win.
I'm gonna go with
guessing.
60,
I
but
don't-
you're probably right.
Wes right on the nose.
No
Oh,
way.
wow.
Yeah, 40 to show and 40 to win.
Oh,
80,000.
dude, that was a right
Sick.
off.
What about Paul Felder? What do you guys think he made?
I think he made
40
more.
grand either way. 40 grand.
Oh, dude, I think he would make more. I don't know, 45.
40 grand.
46,000.
Okay.
What?
46,000.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay. Anthony Pettis.
At least 100 grand because he's
He's a marketable guy.
well, he's also a former champion.
100 grand.
say,
I'll say he made I'll say he made
120.
120.
Yeah, 120.
120 bucks.
149,400 to show up.
Wait,
and
what?
Yeah, and 135 because he won.
Wait, give me that back.
284.
150,000 a
Dog.
show or 149?
149 a show
Okay.
and 135
He's lost
to
like
win.
fucking 5 out of his last 10.
How much did Michael Chiesa make?
Oh, I'm gonna go back down.
I'm gonna go 70 grand,
That seems high, dude.
60 grand.
50. I'll go 50.
33,600.
Oh,
That's fucking.
Dude,
that's
that is
that's
63 grand.
disrespectful,
Yeah,
dog.
dude.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's straight disrespectful.
But he
dog.
he didn't make weight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
okay.
And he had to give Anthony
Yeah,
Pettis
you're right, you're
some
right.
of his
That's true.
first.
That's
Okay.
why
I
the
forgot
Anthony
about that.
Pettis thing is all like not.
Gotcha. Yeah. He had to
not
give
square.
How
like
did they break
15% or
That's why there's
20%.
an ostrich in there. Right there.
35%. It's not like 35%.
I think it's like
or
20%,
something.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, go ahead.
Khalil Roundtree Jr.
I don't know who that
I
is.
don't know.
Oh, is he the guy that beat
Gohan
Saki?
Oh,
Yes.
Gokhan Saki.
Dude, I think they're around 15 grand.
how
Oh,
much
yeah,
did
actually, yeah.
But Gokhan Saki is actually he's actually a name from something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Kickboxing.
Gokhan
He's
Saki.
a
Okay.
world-class kickboxer.
I'm gonna say Gokhan Saki got paid like anywhere. I say 80 grand.
I'm gonna go, dude. I think they're both around 30s. I think they're in their 30s.
So Gogan Saki, you were close, 85,000.
Oh, okay.
Damn, they
And
get
then
knocked out the first
Roundtree, he made 19 to show
show,
up and
like
19
19
to win. So
I
he
didn't
hit
see
38
that
goals.
fight, dude.
Yeah, me neither. I saw
It was quick.
What? Okay,
It was.
What about the
Gokhan Saki? Let me just touch on that. Gokhan Saki was supposed to be like the hype king coming from kickboxing. That's why they, obviously why they paid him so much for doing for essentially being 1-1 at this point.
So his first fight, he came in like as this great kickboxer, and he came in and just had like a straight back and forth slugfest battle with some unknown dude.
Yeah.
And was getting his ass kicked, and then just threw a crazy hook.
I know, I remember.
And knocked homeboy out, and,
Yeah.
and so everybody's like, "Oh, well, that was entertaining, but I
What
don't
el-
think you're
I
gonna
mean,
do so
yeah,
well."
yeah.
That was a close fight with nobody we ever heard of, and so sure enough, his second fight with another guy, Roundtree or whoever he is, I don't know who he is, and he gets knocked out in the first round.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so what about your boy Uriah Hall?
That's my boy. Fuck, dude. Uriah Hall, all due respect, has not lived up to the hype that UFC gave him when he first came out of the tough finale. Remember the spinning back kick heard around the world?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Knocked some guy fucking into like fucking
Oh,
oblivion.
He fought Paulo Costa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you say, Uriah Hall?
Can I say something about Paulo Costa?
Sure.
He's supposed to be the up and coming underground underground king. Shout out Eddie Alvarez, but he's supposed to be the man. Good looking, marketable, buff guy.
Shredded as fuck, dude.
He's supposed to be the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. I would say he's like the new.
I don't know. There's a hype going behind him. You know what I hate about hype though? UFC's so quick to hype people because they don't hype the people that
Because
should
they
be
need
hyped.
it.
Because they need it. So they,
They're
I think they,
desperate for money, right?
but
So
they
much.
also
CM Punk.
prematurely, yeah, I know, they prematurely hype motherfuckers. That's what they did to Ngannou. And then Dana White got all mad at him. He's like, "Oh, I'm just." What did he say? I'm just disappointed.
That's what he did with North.
No, he said he has Ngannou's. He's so full of himself, and he's got this ego. And I think like Shab or who the fuck said
Shabba
it?
Rogan, one of them.
Shab or Rogan were like, well, fuck, man, y'all hype
that
this
shit in his
motherfucker.
head.
Yeah, you guys hype the fuck out
You
of
don't
him.
want to let
and
him
then-
walk around the
Yeah,
Performance
bro.
Institute just like he's a
North
second
Chase,
coming of Christ.
North Chase,
Sage
But
Northcutt.
there's
a
no
lot
excuse for that fight. Like, dude, he just didn't fight.
No, he just didn't fight, and he was pretty honest about it. But it's not enough for us.
I think that Uriah Hall made a little more than the other guy because Uriah Hall's been.
Uriah Hall made 60 grand.
That's a good call.
48,000.
Wow.
The other guy?
Wait, 48,000.
25.
That's it. The other guy is
Damn.
110,000.
Whoa,
Whoa,
Paulo Costa.
Paulo Costa?
55
I'm
to
sleeping
show
on
up
that
and
guy.
Oh,
55
okay.
to win.
Okay, cool. There was a win bonus. I heard someone talking about how they should take away win bonuses.
No.
Yeah, Rogan talks about that all the time.
Why?
Yeah.
I feel like motivates
because-
people.
Yeah, but
It's not fair to like the fucking people that have been there for a while.
It's
no,
just,
that wasn't his
what
point.
do you say? Like his point is just like. You're like, this is a fight. You're like, win or lose. Like, you guys are both putting everything on the
on it.
line.
There shouldn't be, like,
and it
an
comes
added-
down to these shitty judges, and these judges are bullshit.
Yeah.
And they don't know what they're talking about. And it comes down to like a split decision. Some shitty decision could be the point, like the
Where
breaking
you
point
lose
between
like a whole shitload of money.
80,000 or 40 grand.
I don't know.
I could make 40 grand, and then some shitty judges.
Who's
gave
gonna
it
go
this
in
guy.
there and say,
the
"I'm
whole
gonna"?
crowd's booing?
Who's gonna go in there and say, "I'm in a fist fight and I'm gonna fight extra harder for this"? Like, no,
Yeah.
you're in a fist fight and
Yeah.
you're gonna fight
It's a
just
great
because you don't want to
point.
get, you don't want to
Well,
fucking.
great
I
lose.
think the UFC
That's a
might get
shitty
away
thing to
with
do.
paying them this much if they're like, hey, look, we're not treating them as shitty as you guys think. We're giving them fight bonuses. This guy shows up, he gets 60,000 to fucking show up and 60,000 to win.
If they're not talking about it.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about it.
Well, it's a hypothesis. Like maybe they're doing that. It'd be cool if they are, but we
I don't
know.
think they're doing that, but I think if it comes down to it, where they can need to justify, like, hey, you guys are not paying your fighters enough. Well,
I hope they are. I hope they're good. Like
know?
I hope they're doing those like
Because of
locker
that.
room checks.
Yeah.
No,
They talk about it.
We know they're not doing that because there's too many fighters that are complaining about pay right
Yeah,
now.
agreed,
So,
yeah.
we know
Well,
That's
they're
why I
not
and
feel
the
like
UFC pros
it's
are
not
like,
happening.
well, if you
Shout
want to
out-
fight,
Shout out Leslie Smith. Shout out,
shout out
shout
Cajun.
out,
Shout out Cajun.
shout out Project Spearhead.
Yeah,
Spearhead. Shout out Cajun.
yeah,
Rangers
but I
Cajun.
guess the UFC's point of view might be like, well, if you would have won a fight, maybe it would have given you a bonus.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
It's kind of
I
a
get
dick
it.
thing to
I get
do,
it.
but you know.
Listen, I'm impartial to either one. I don't mind a win bonus, but I get Joe Rogan's point.
Totally.
I get it.
I don't agree with it.
Is that the end of the?
I mean, there's a couple of like undercards, but maybe Dan Hooker. Do you guys want to?
Dan Hooker's he's doing great, man.
Gilbert.
He
He
needs
fought
a-
Gilbert Burns.
He needs a
All right,
higher
I'll know.
higher caliber.
with that.
Yeah,
of a fighter.
that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, shout out to all those guys and the monies that you guys won. I want to give a shout out to Alima Lay McFarland.
Oh yeah,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
Donkey
Yeah.
Show family. We didn't have an episode, so we didn't have a chance to shout her out. But she fought Bellator. What number? Bellator 201. She beat Alejandra Lara from fucking. And have you seen Alejandra Lara?
Yes,
Yeah.
She's
so
fucking
smoking
hot.
Yeah,
Yep.
she is hot.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I was like, oh, karate
looking
hottie.
money.
I'm trying so hard to stay
faithful.
Yeah, faithful. But I don't know how
But I
much
don't
longer
know.
I
This
can
chick
do
is
it.
so hot.
Karate
though.
hottie.
She's hot.
And
Yeah, she's
karate
hot.
hottie. I mean, she's married.
Yeah, this chick got beat via submission armbar.
Dude. Shout out 10th Planet fucking Eddie Bravo Boogeyman fucking Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. God damn.
What do you mean? Oh,
Oh, cause she's
because she's 10th
Dude,
planet. chick?
how long? Yeah, like that
Where's she
was-
at? She's 10th planet San
San
Diego.
Diego.
San Diego. Yeah,
Yeah.
she lives in San Diego.
Yeah.
Dude,
She's
like,
been
yeah.
doing some
Hey,
crazy
what's
shit.
Fernando up to?
Oh,
We
that's
should
a good
get him
question.
on here one day.
Yeah. He lives
Yeah,
like
fuck.
really close. to
I
her,
know.
Yeah.
See if he'll suck his own dick.
Either way, that was some crazy BJJ. That was, like just back and forth. Like
Yeah.
homegirl was like, I've never seen someone in an armbar turn around and use their feet to kind of like push. She was like pushing onto like Alima's face, trying to push off her legs and arms. It was like a really good strategy. And Alima was like, nah, not having it. Sooner or later, if we do this, I'm gonna break your arm.
Break your arm.
And dude, and like Alima called it too. Like, well, she didn't call it, but she did. She's like, this girl's not gonna tap. Like
Yeah.
it's the referee's gonna
I'd
have to come
break her-
in.
yeah, I have to break
the
her arm
referee's
off.
gonna have to stop this because she's not gonna tap. And that girl did not want to tap. She eventually tapped, but she did not want
Yeah.
to. But you can't. Like, she couldn't handle Alima.
Shout
She
out
was
to
great,
Alima.
man, yeah.
Dude, Alima came in like hung over. Like when she came into
Oh,
the
no
show.
way.
yeah.
When she
no,
came
so
into
she
our
came
show.
into the show.
Yeah.
She came to do the show.
To the audience, if you
She
guys
was-
haven't listened to the interview, do yourself a favor and please
It's a
go
good
listen
interview.
To that.
It's one of our
a
best.
Great
It's one of our
interview.
best.
That chick is so
Whatever
down.
episode it is, I think it's like
We just
episode,
put
like-
it up like
we just
recently.
put it up recently.
So
But
go check it
shout out Lima Lay. She came in like super hungover. She's
It was
kinda-
great.
With the belt.
She was
With
kinda
the fucking
fine.
Bellator belt.
and she was heartbroken. Remember, she was heartbroken.
Yeah,
about it.
she's in the
newly
fuck boys.
single. Fuck
Yeah,
all
someone
this.
just broke up with her, and she was.
We're asking her like, hey, will you bring the belt? She's like, fine, I'll go get the
Yeah.
belt. Brings the
Yeah.
belt out for us. Just down.
Ah,
shit.
was so
she's
great.
a cool
Damn
out.
shit.
She was a super cool chick. But I brought up the fact that she was hungover because she looked hungover. But then like I'll see her online, I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
she cleans up well, dude. She's fucking
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah, she's a good looking
She
girl.
was not in the she was not in the mood that
Shout
day.
out to Lima Lay.
Hey.
Sexy woman.
You guys got anything else? You guys wanna go and wrap this thing up? Anything we didn't? Because I feel we just busted a MMA nut.
Yeah,
What
no
else can we
condoms.
do?
Raw, which is when Raw.
No, I don't go
Whoa,
raw. That's
what's
raw.
going on there?
Hey, real quick. So Yoel Romero called out DC,
At
and
heavyweight?
I was so interested at light heavyweight, and I was so I'm like,
Dude, fuck.
you know what, DC, fuck it, bro, do it,
Roll it.
and it's a big enough fight where that's a money fight for DC.
Yeah.
That's a money fight for him. I don't think Yoel deserves a light heavyweight title shot, but who doesn't want to see that? I'd want to see that fight even without a belt on the line.
I want to see that fight.
I want to see that
Hey,
fight.
they're the same age too. Like DC's 39.
Yeah, DC's 39, Yoel's
like
41,
41.
41.
Yeah.
Yoel can do a backflip and into the splits.
And DC
Which
can
is
knock
DC can
people
knock
out.
out Stipe.
Yeah,
And
with
DC
Stipe.
can knock out Stipe and fall
I
asleep.
gotta play this for
Oh, yeah.
okay.
But
We'll
if
outro with that.
If that fight, I know it's not going to happen, but if that fight did happen and Yoel is big enough that he can just, we know Yoel can, he's got some stamina on him.
Dude, no,
But he's got some.
Yeah.
He's got
Dude,
more
he's doing
stamina
fucking
on him.
flips.
No,
fucking
more.
push-ups.
No, remember.
Nobody
remember
go
the last
knocking
fight
on
he
Yoel's
fought?
door for a piss test, and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Get that
Hey,
fight.
don't ask questions about PEDs,
Yeah.
and we're gonna see a
bullshit.
fucking
No more
great
PEDs.
fight.
It'll
Stop.
be okay.
Yeah.
You have to
So
stop it.
you have my girlfriend. Megan Olivier.
Little sweetheart,
little
ass sweetheart.
UFC sweetheart.
Well, I mean,
She
she's a
is
sweetheart,
great.
but somebody was in Megan Olivia's ear, being like, "All right,
Dana White.
little girl,
You mean Dana White was in her ear?
maybe I don't know
Being a
what it
dick?
was."
Oh, you have that play that shit.
Oh, dude, I couldn't.
Talk it up.
Okay. So I mean, Stipe just lost his belt. He walked into that cage, the greatest UFC heavyweight fighter of all time. He walked out done. Just done. Dude, he lost his belt. Lost his belt.
Dead
Got knocked
silence.
out, so I don't know how to describe it. If I don't know how to describe it, how would you feel if you were Stipe and tiny little Megan Olivier, beautiful, wonderful Megan Olivier, puts
You
a
pay
microphone
respect.
in your
Hey, you put respect
face
on my girl.
respect
You
on
put
that.
respect on my
You put
girl's name.
respect
and she
when you
says,
say her name.
"Hey, Stipe, how do you feel right now? How do you feel right now? Did you just
You fucking lost.
I heard like
Aren't you having a
you
kid?
can
Now your
see-
kid's not gonna get that much money.
dude, like
Oh,
just
shit.
like tugging at the just tugging
All right, play that
was
shit.
Play
Thompson.
it. Play it.
No, you're good. You're good.
tugging at the heartstrings.
Thank you so much, Karen Stipe. Obviously, not the result you were looking for tonight. Yeah. Physically,
Yeah.
you were checked out by the doctors. You're feeling all good?
Good.
He looks all
Starts
busted
off-
up.
Gone with Daniel
All
Cormier.
busted up.
Things looked like they were going very well for you. How did you feel?
I felt great. I felt in control of, strength, conditioning. I felt
Fun.
good.
Everything's good.
Yeah, some good shots, but it's a fight. Everything's gonna happen. He got me in the break, and not really on a break. He just overhand right caught me, and I didn't think it was that hard, but apparently it was hard enough where he put me on my back and finished it.
When you got up, it seemed like maybe you were protesting the stoppage. Have you seen it back?
It was a good stoppage. You're not close. It was a good stoppage, and I saw it too. Of course, it was a good stoppage. My hands off the referee. Listen, it wasn't my night. Good for DC. Congratulations to him.
You're handling this all in stride, but you're also somebody
Here
who
we
I know
go.
comes back with a
This is where it
vengeance. But you've got some things going on in your life that I'm going to assume you're going to take some time off soon.
Oh, 100%. I'm gonna take some time for sure. I have my first child, so it's most important to me right now. Get home with my wife and have some fun.
Is that what's keeping you in this more positive state? I mean, a lot of fighters come through here and speak to us, and a lot of them can't even contain their emotions in order to do an interview.
Oh no, it's gonna burn for a long time. Probably the rest of my life. I'll think about it every single day of my life. It sucks. Losing sucks.
Having your daughter and your wife back home.
Why is she doing this? Yo,
Dana
that's
White.
Even in the
enough.
end.
God damn,
Yeah,
dude.
like dude, she's got a
Holy
little
shit,
earpiece.
that was making me sick, bro.
That
That's
little
enough.
earpiece in her ear, and
Was
they're
there
like, keep
more?
going.
Was there more on that?
Yeah, like it's almost her being like, "We all love you. You're really great. I'm really sorry I had to
Yo,
say that."
That's enough, dude.
Dude, it just he goes from like,
Didn't your
I'm
dad
holding
just
together,
die? Do you think about that a lot?
And then all of a sudden,
Remember that
every
puppy?
day, probably for the rest of my life.
Dana
every
White
day.
sitting in the studio with his sunglasses on. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, ask him about how does that feel?
Ask him about that time his girlfriend broke up with him in high school.
I sat there watching like the interview, and then all of a sudden he just goes, every day, probably every day for the rest of my life. And I'll never not think about this.
Well, shout
I'm
out
just like,
Stipe. He's a stand-up gentleman. You know what I liked
is.
about this fight? It was a great fight that did not need hype behind it. Didn't need no bullshit. Didn't need no fucking, trash talking between each other. The fight,
legit
yep,
super fight.
first legit super fight. We
And
didn't
you know
need
what?
any of that.
Stipe will come
And
back.
yeah,
Yeah,
Stipe
he'll come
Stipe
back.
will definitely come back.
Not worried about him.
Stipe's gonna maybe Stipe might have John Jones itis. Like he
Oh,
beats
no.
everyone. He beats everyone not named DC.
DC's is John Jones.
DC. He beats everyone not named
Oh,
DC.
no.
Hopefully that doesn't happen to Steve because he's a
DC's
good man.
only here for
And DC, my prediction: DC fights.
once, maybe twice.
No, twice. He'll maybe fight one at heavyweight, one at light heavyweight, and then he'll call it. He said like March something.
Something. That's his 40th
2019.
birthday, and then he's done.
Yeah, and then he'll never fight again, which is respectable. Don't believe him.
10 years.
Don't
Yeah,
believe
don't
him.
believe. Yeah,
Don't believe him. Gotta see it to believe it. He's
Yeah,
gonna.
Chuck
Someone's
Liddell
gonna throw
coming
some
back.
money in front of him. He's gonna be like, you know what? Fuck this legacy.
Yep.
You know
That's
what I'm
what
saying?
Liddell's saying right now. Chuck Liddell's gonna fight Tito.
Liddell,
Tito,
come on, dude.
Tito,
You
come
waited until you were a
on,
fat old
come
lady
on.
for people to
Chuck,
want to be a stripper again. Nobody trying to see you now, motherfucker. Anyway, we are the Donkey Show podcast. That's it for the day.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and all that shit because they make us say it. We are out.
Later.
Peace.